Hello, I'm Jane. Welcome to my English class. Almost everyone has experienced or will experience job interviews. Knowing proper job interview etiquette is an important part of successful interviewing. Today, we are going to talk about job interview etiquettes. First, let's watch a video clip.
Sarah, casually dressed, is going to have a job interview, but she's already been late for the interview.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm Sarah Stewart. I'm here for the job interview. The terrible traffic.
Nice to meet you, Miss Stewart. I'm Harry White, the director of HR department. I am expecting you. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Well, Miss Stewart, you're applying for the position of sales clerk in our company.
Excuse me? So where have we been? Yeah, I'm applying for the position of sales clerk. I am well experienced in doing sales. I was a sales girl in P&G from 2010 and 2012.
From this video clip, we know that it is less likely for Sarah to get this job. You know, how you dress when you get to the job interview, how you greet the interviewer, and how you communicate can all make a big difference in the outcome of the interview. Here are some job interview etiquette tips. Review these tips for before, during, and after a job interview, and you are making the best impression on the interviewer. Tip 1. What to wear to a job interview. When you are dressing for a job interview, the image you present is really important. Your image is what makes the first impression on the interviewer, and that first impression is the one that sticks. So it's important to dress appropriately when interviewing. Regardless of the type of job you are interested in, you want that first impression to be a great one. When dressing for an interview for a professional position, dress accordingly in business attire. If you are applying for a job in a more casual environment, like a store or restaurant, it's still important to be neat, tidy, and well-groomed, and to present a positive image to the employer. Sarah is obviously dressed too casually. Tip 2. When to get to a job interview. Arrive on time for a job interview. It's important to arrive a few minutes early or on time at the latest for a job interview. In no case should the traffic be an excuse for being late. Sarah hasn't done her homework in advance. You need to know where you are going, how much travel time you need, and how to get to the interview location. Check out the logistics ahead of time so you can ensure that you are not late. Giving yourself a bit of extra time will give you an opportunity to stop in the restroom and freshen up, if need be, to make sure you don't have any hair, makeup, or wardrobe malfunctions. A few extra minutes will also give you an opportunity to catch your breath and stay calm. An interview is even more stressful than normal if you are rushing to get there on time. Tip 3. What to bring to a job interview. It's important to come prepared to a job interview. Bring extra copies of your resume, along with a list of references to offer the interviewer. Also, bring a list of questions to ask the interviewer. If you are interviewing for a tech or web job and you want to show examples of your work, it's fine to bring your laptop or tablet to show the interviewer what you have accomplished. What shouldn't you bring? Don't walk into a job interview with a coffee cup or bottle of soda or water or anything else to eat or drink. Don't chew gum. One more thing, Do remember your cell phone should be turned off and out of sight. You don't want your interview being disturbed like Sarah, right? Tip 4. How to interact with the interviewer. When you arrive at a job interview, introduce yourself to the receptionist. If there is one, let him or her know who you are and who you are scheduled to meet with. Greet your interviewer with a firm handshake and introduce yourself. Be prepared for a little small talk, but don't overdo it. Follow the interviewer's lead and let them guide the direction of the conversation. Sarah is a little bit too talkative. Tip 5. How to respond to interview questions. Be brief and be sure that your responses answer the questions are focused and highlight the skills you have that are relevant to the job. Keep in mind that your responses are your sales pitch. You are selling the interviewer on yourself as the best candidate for the job. So be sure you focus on your relevancy. That is, why you are a good candidate, how you can do the job, what you can contribute, and how you will benefit the company if you are hired. Here are some of the most popular questions. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Tell me about yourself. What attracted you to this role? What gaps do you see between your current skill set and that required for the role? How would you learn or upskill? What would a co-worker say about you? What frustrates you? What management style best suits you? Given a project, what would be your first steps? What do you know about the company or the role? Tip 6. How to close the interview. At the end of the interview, let the hiring manager know that you think the job is an excellent fit and that you are very interested in the job. It's appropriate to ask what the next step in the hiring process will be and when you might expect to hear. Finally, thank the interviewer for the time they spent interviewing with you. These interview tips cover all the basics you need to know to ace a job interview. Let's review them again. Tip 1. Wear formally, preferably in business attire. Tip 2. Arrive a few minutes early or on time at the latest. Tip 3. Bring extra copies of your resume along with a list of references. Make sure to turn off your cell phone. Tip 4. Greet your interviewer with a firm handshake and introduce yourself and follow the interviewer's lead and let them guide the direction of the conversation. Tip 5. Listen carefully to the questions and get focused and highlight the skills that are relevant to the job. Tip 6. Let the hiring manager know the job is an excellent fit. Ask for the next step and thank the interviewer for the time. Got it? Wish you a great success. This is Jane. See you next time.